house guests, welcome to today's Big Brother 20 updates and spoilers. Our house guest of the day is Juliana Dobson. Juliana, thank you so much for the support. We really appreciate it, and we think you're awesome. And if you guys want to be house guests of the day, check out our Patreon link in the info box below. Excuse me. Okay, so let's just jump right in. What's wrong with Angela? No, seriously though, are Tyler and Angela being dumb? I mean, I'm not talking about the potential showmance right now. I'm talking game-wise. Are their minds being clouded by this? Because they were discussing their plans for next week. And they were saying, if Brett wins HOH, they want him to put up Fessy and Haley, which is a good idea. That's great. Because if you're going to try and take one of them out, which they should be, you want to put both up on the block. But they're saying if one of them wins HOH, they're talking about putting up Sam and Haley would not even necessarily be the target. Fessy would not even necessarily be the target. Sam? What? What the F? So they're not saying, like, for sure Sam is the target next week, but they're kind of leaving that door open. What's going to happen if Fessy wins the veto and uses it on Haley? What are you going to do then? You going to put up JC? You going to put up Brett? Who are you going to piss off? I don't know. I think they should just freaking go for it and put up Haley and, what's his face, Fessy, but that's just me. So Angela is thinking, you know, it might be a good idea to actually honor the deal that they made with Haley and Fessy for a week or two. No, don't do that. She says they're not really coming after us right now. Are you sure about that? Are you sure about that? So Tyler says he agrees, but he says it would really suck if Fessy and Haley strike first. You know, what if they're assuming they're gonna keep them safe and then they go and put Tyler and Angela up on the block? They're gonna be really pissed if that happens. So then Angela was talking to Haley. She confirms that Sam is the next target, but they were talking about putting Brett up next to Sam. Obviously Angela's not gonna be like, hey, I would put you up as the pawn. She's not gonna say that to Haley's face. But I don't know, it'd be interesting to see what would actually happen if Angela or Tyler won HOH next week. So then Scotty checks in with Tyler and he's like, I talked to Sam. It seems like we're okay again. She's a great person. She's not holding any grudges against me for freaking throwing her under the bus in his power veto speech. I guess we'll finally get to see it tonight. That was a big sigh. Tyler's asking him, what about Haley? Did you talk to her? Scotty says, no, I haven't talked to her yet. So Tyler's saying, you should have told her about this plan to try and get Sam up sooner. Because she came downstairs that time. She was crying because she heard that you were talking about her, blah, blah, blah. And Scotty's like, I was going to tell her. And I actually went downstairs to get her and bring her back up to talk to Fessy, which is true. But then Casey was in there talking to Fessy. Also, Haley tends to sleep a lot during the day. She was in the diary room, and then Scotty told her to come find him, and by that point it was just too late, so he never got to have that pre-POV conversation with her. So Scotty still thinks that Fessy is the one who's been flipping all the votes. You're really overestimating his intelligence and his game savvy, because there's just no way. There's no way. So he's like, Fessy tried to pin the votes on me. He said that I was the hacker. He set me up with that whole hand-raising incident during that impromptu house meeting in the HOH room reveal. And he's always telling Haley not to trust me. What the hell is that all about? So Scotty's like, I need to talk to Haley. I need to ask her what Fessy said our one-on-one was about. And he's referring to the one-on-one when Scotty was like, if you put up Haley, I'm going to kick your ass. And then he was telling Fessy to put up Sam. So Scotty says, I hope everybody knows that I will be going after Fessy and only Fessy if I stay in this house. That's great and all, but like, then what? You know, what are you going to do after that? I'm sure people are thinking about that. So Scotty and Haley have a brief chat in the kitchen. He says he wants to talk more later, and she's like, about what? He says he wants to apologize to her again. Is she going to apologize for her part in him going up? Because she did play a big part. So I'm thinking no. But anyway, he wants to know, again, exactly what Fessy said that their one-on-one was about, because he held up his end of the bargain with his power veto speech throwing Sam under the bus, and he thought Sam was going to go up, and then she didn't. Casey went up instead. So it's just like what happened with the original nominations, because Scotty is saying Fessy told me to raise my hand during that meeting, claim that vote for Rockstar to stay. I did it. I thought I was going to be okay, and then Fessy puts me up on the block. So it's like deja vu for him. He's starting to feel like he was Fessy's target this whole time. So Haley's like, all he said was that you didn't want me to go up anymore and you wanted Sam to go up instead. So Scotty's like, what the hell, man? Fessy is the one who brought up Sam's name in the first place. So, like, none of it is making sense to him. So then JC interrupts the conversation. Hold that thought. Okay. So Haley and Fessy were talking later in the backyard. She keeps chastising Fessy for being antisocial and staying up in the HOH room all day. And I gotta say, he's been spending a lot of time up there by himself, not interacting with people. So Fessy's like, well, I told Tyler and Angela that I wasn't gonna put them up this week, and I didn't. So who cares? You know, like, his work is done. We see over and over again that he's so bad at this game. So he's like, we have a good plan. Don't worry about it. It's fine. So then Fessy's like, woo, we're playing the game. Who thought I'd be good at this? Or who thought I'd be okay at this? A lot of people thought you would be okay at it, but you suck. You suck. So Haley's like, yeah, you're really not that great. You left your room twice today. She's got a point there. His game, it sucks. So then Fessy's asking Haley, well, did you talk to Scotty? And she's like, no, I haven't really, but he told me that he does want to talk later. So Fessy's like, I'm curious what Scotty has to say, because he heard from Angela that Scotty is telling people that Fessy is the one who's been flipping votes this whole time. So Fessy's like, I don't know what that's all about. But he says it doesn't really matter as long as Scotty walks out the door this week. Okay. So then Tyler, Angela, and Casey were all planning for a double eviction, which is not happening this week, but they seem to think it's a strong possibility. So they're still saying their plan is to put up H and S, meaning Haley and Sam. But now they're saying that they're not sure who should go. You know, obviously Tyler and Angela have this kind of like sort of BS, sort of real deal going with Haley and Fessy. Casey is not included in that, but she knows about it. So I don't know if they're just saying this because they're talking to Casey or what, but they're like, oh, I don't know who would go between the two of them. But Fessy would go up if one of the nominees comes down. Again, what if Fessy wins the power veto and saves Haley? Why are you not considering this? So Casey thinks, going back to Haley versus Sam, Casey thinks that Haley should definitely go before Sam, and I agree, because Haley knows more about the game. She's actually playing most of the time, and she can win competitions. Sam won, yes, the endurance competition, but how is she in other types of comps? I don't know. So Tyler and Angela agree, like, yeah, you're right, she probably should go, meaning Haley. But if Fessy is up on the block, they want to get rid of him first because he's such a big competition threat. So then they're talking about Sam and all like the crazy stuff she's been doing, and Tyler brings up the alliance that Sam tried to make with Brett and JC. He heard about this from JC, and he's like, I don't know, it's kind of weird that Brett hasn't brought this to us yet. Usually he fills us in on all this information that he gets. So Casey's like, I don't know, maybe JC made that up to get us to turn against Sam. She says that he would do some shit like that. And he's not lying about this alliance that Sam proposed, but I'm pretty sure JC was telling Tyler that Brett was trying to make a final two with him, but I don't remember that ever happening. So I feel like JC did make that up to try and get Tyler to not trust Brett and to pick JC over him. So that's pretty interesting. But it seems like Tyler is definitely worried that they're going to lose Brett because, you know, Tyler's been getting really close to Angela. He's really close to Casey. So I think he's worried that Brett is going to see that and be like, woof, I'm going to the other side because there's nothing going on for me here. But honestly, I don't see Brett doing that right now. It's not like he's trying to set himself up, but Tyler is definitely thinking about that. So then later, JC calls Tyler over to talk while they were in the kitchen, and I just want to note at this point, JC is wearing the I Heart Granny sweater. Brett's sweater. It was really funny. But he tells Tyler, do not get involved with Angela. Now, I think a lot of people have noticed that Tyler and Angela are getting a lot closer. JC is definitely one of them. So he's like, we've got a good thing going here. Don't mess it up. And Tyler's like, I know. Don't worry. Trust me. Of course, JC is going to be nervous about this because he saw what happened with his good friend, Fessy and Haley, right? They became a huge target. So JC says, I risked my game to keep you here. Don't put a bigger target on yourself. So this conversation gets broken up because people come in the kitchen, but they pick it up again later. JC's like, you're making my life here more complicated. Fessy has been asking me about you and Angela. I don't want to be in that position. Haley's been picking up on it too. So Tyler's like, JC, you're overthinking it. Don't worry. You know, I've got it under control. And JC's like, I just don't want to see you and Angela up on the block together when it could be like Angela and Sam, you know? So Tyler's like, I know it seems like I'm slipping, but I swear I'm so effing focused. Okay, so then they talk about how loyal they are to each other. They say that they're going to go to the end together. Do you guys think that JC would pick Tyler over Fessy? I think so. But the question is, would Tyler pick JC over, like, Casey or Angela? I don't think so. I think he would probably pick him over Brett, but I don't know that he would pick JC over Casey or Angela. Leave it in the comments. But JC rearranged the letters on Brett's sweater because they were just like felt, I think, like stuck on there. So he arranged it to say, I angry. And it was really funny. Tyler got a huge kick out of that. And then I think today he arranged them again, this time to say, I'm gay. That's hilarious. Okay, so in other news, Sam turned in her cigarettes last night to the storage room. She's going to be starting on a nicotine patch. Good for you. I think that's great, and I really hope it works out for her. Okay, and then last night, Tyler chatted with Casey. Now that he knows that people are picking up on him getting closer to Angela, he's like, oh crap, I gotta do some damage control here. So he goes to Casey and he's like, JC keeps saying that everybody thinks that Angela and I are a showmance. And he says, I'm not in a showmance with Angela. So Casey's like, you're good, dude, don't worry about it. But then she asks him, do you like maybe have some feelings for Angela? And he's like, shut the F up. Like, yeah, he definitely does. But anyway, he tells Casey, you're my best friend. You're my number one. I would never pick anyone over you. I'll lose to you before I betray you. Casey's like, yeah, I trust you 100%. It's all good. Okay. So then last night, Scotty and Haley did end up talking. They had a very long chat on the hammock. And they were talking about life. They were looking up at the stars. There was like there was some game chat. She says, I'm not mad at you. I don't want you to feel weird around me. I don't want you to think that I'm upset with you because I'm not, so you can stop apologizing. I'm sure she feels pretty guilty too because she definitely helped get him up on the block, unless she's just ignoring that in her mind. But I think Scotty was like in heaven having this one-on-one chat with her. So romantic. And then Brett checked in with Tyler. And it seemed like maybe Tyler feels better about Brett now because they did get to have their little catch-up session, but I don't know. I mean, I think he's still got that worry in his mind. So let's talk about today. There was a fire in the oven. There was smoke everywhere. Brett started the fire. This is like that episode of The Office where Ryan starts the fire in the kitchen. But the feeds went down. Nobody got hurt, don't worry. They're back now. They just came back right before we started filming this. I'm pretty sure they got the fire out very quickly, but then they had like all the safety checks and everything, so it seems like it's okay now. But I don't know. We got one day left until the eviction, so it'll be interesting to see if Scotty has anything up his sleeve, if he even tries. I don't know. I hope he at least tries, right? You hate to see somebody go out without trying. But let me know what you guys think in the comments, and until tomorrow, much love.